Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Transformation to Expansion. I'm your host, Lajoie, and today we have a returning guest. The psychic nerd is with us today to talk about their psychic predictions about what is going to manifest over the next couple of years. Not years, months. I'm sorry, months, not years. We don't have enough time to go through the years, but we got enough time to go through the months. So please welcome me in joining the psychic nerd. And real quick, can you just introduce yourself to the audience, a little bit about what
Yes,
you do?
yes, absolutely. My name is Dre, the psychic nerd. She, her, hers. I am a medium and a tarot card reader, and I am currently doing primarily mediumship sessions. So I haven't completely moved out of doing tarot readings. Um, I've just geared it more towards what's been coming in more naturally in terms of um, my my skills and everything like that.
Okay, cool. Oh, let me see. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much for the introduction. So I'm excited because last time you were on the show, I think you kind of highlighted your tarot card reading skills. And actually your mediumship did come up though. And you kind of talked about that also, how when you do these readings, your mediumship ability just naturally comes up with the reading, which was really special about the work that you do. But before we get too much into that, we'll talk a little bit about that towards the end of the live. What I would really love to get into is what are these predictions? We had a conversation a couple of days ago about some of the predictions that you've seen kind of coming up. That we are just going to see the craziness kind of become even crazier, which is a little scary because it's already pretty scary, pretty crazy to begin with. But exactly like what is it that you see kind of coming up in the either in the media or in the spiritual space?
So, one of the main things that is going to come is we're going to see the the wheels fall off the bus almost completely. It's already happening right now. There's the people behind a lot of, at least here in the US,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people who were behind the nonsense that we're going through,
Right.
with ICE and with the Save Act and all those things. It's falling apart right before our eyes, and they're getting ready to basically turn on each other. They are going to crash and burn so hard, but it's not only going to be the politicians, right? It's going to be the wealthy, the wealth class who were funding so much of this. It's going to be the online influencers who pushed a lot of the propaganda and misinformation. I wouldn't be surprised if the news networks and entities, whether it's a website or it's something full blown, um, that's also going to see some consequences.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because the reason why they're going to turn on each other is because at the end of the day, these people only have loyalty to themselves and the power that they are so desperate to hold on to. So when you don't have any actual, you know, like values,
Mm-hmm.
you don't truly operate, you just don't operate in a way that is legitimately sincere or authentic, as everyone is saying these days. And authenticity is the correct word. I just don't want it to be used as if it's a buzzword. So that's why I try not to throw it out there too much. But what's going to happen is the authenticity is going to be the main thing that people are looking for, because It's to the point now where people are starting to see this is nonsense. This doesn't make any sense. I don't understand what what this even is anymore, right?
Mhm.
It's kind of like I'm a fan of the Matrix, and I will use that as an analogy. It's kind of like when, the people from the Matrix first wake up, they're in disbelief. And a lot of people right now are in disbelief. I'm paying how much for streaming services? I'm paying how much for rent? I'm paying. No, 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 this is insane. This cannot, and the thing is, it can't sustain itself, right? It was never really able to sustain itself, but they were for so long able to kind of, you know, put people to sleep or kind of get us a little bit, make us a little drowsy in terms of having our attention go to other things. It's not
Mhm.
working anymore. That's part of their problem. It's not working anymore because people are being impacted on a deeply personal level in real time. And once something hits you, once it's right at your front door, man, I wish that alligator wasn't outside, but it's outside. So how am I gonna get rid of it? Because I need to go somewhere. I need to leave. I need to do, I know my analogies are all over the place, but seeing the nonsense up close and personal, and people kind of like, yeah, I don't have the things it is I need. So what's going on? Who's really to blame here? Because the usual scapegoats that they said, the boogeymen that they told these people were the boogeymen, turns out those weren't the boogeymen. Those were those were those were not the people that were causing these problems. And now we see the people who are causing the problems. It's happening here in the US in a major way. Other places around the world, the exact same thing is going to happen. It may happen at a different pace, and it may happen, you know, months or even years down the line for other places in other countries in, Europe, Africa, Asia, South America. So it's gonna happen regardless. Like, there's very few societies that are safe from it. And I say that because this is happening on a collective level. And the reason is the astrology. We've had some really interesting astrological shifts happen. And when you look back at history, at some of the astrology for major world changing events like the French Revolution, the American Revolution, World War II, there are certain energies that have returned. And the same things are starting to crop up. One of the big, big, big ones that is happening right now is Uranus in Gemini.
Mhm.
And Gemini is about quick communication. It's analytical energy. It's energy that it's also playful and fun, but it's that air energy, and air is about the intellect, the mind, um,
Mhm.
and understanding things and communication.
Mhm.
So I believe people's communication is going to get a little bit clearer. The downside is, I- it might people might try to speed it up
Mm. In what way?
in terms of the giving and receiving, like the back and forth. We might
Mhm.
see more impatience with communication being, a back and forth. So some people may get a little impatient with the communication. Um, it's tough because right now we're in Mercury retrograde. Mercury always got to go retrograde, and that
Mm-hmm.
causes communication issues. But in the long run, I think people are going to realize, oh, we need to slow down our communication. We need to be more intentional as well. And that's the other
Mm-hmm.
thing, intentionality along with that authenticity. So it's not just you being true to who you are, what you say, how you operate. What's your intention behind it? What
Mm-hmm.
what are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to say? What are
Mm-hmm.
you trying to put out into the world? So a
Mm-hmm.
combination of authenticity and um, intentionality, that's going to be the name of the game going forward. And the main thing that we have going on right now is a lot of planets have moved into the sign of Aries.
Then let's pause real quick. So you say a lot of planets move to the sign of Aries. What is that energy bringing up, right? And how is that reflective of kind of what we're seeing in the media right now?
So the great thing is that this coincides so well with the Chinese astrology. It's
Mm-hmm.
the year of the fire horse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, fire energy is fast moving energy. In terms of Western astrology, it's the second fastest energy in terms of how quickly it moves. Air is number one, right? Fire is number two. And so when you think about, the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they tend to be action oriented,
Mm-hmm.
want to get things done, quick moving, especially Aries. And Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So it is also young energy. There's a
Mm-hmm.
there's a level of, well, simply put, there's a level of immaturity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it comes first. Um, so the modality is cardinal, and cardinal energy is initiation energy. So it's the initiator, it's the starter, it's the mover, it's the young energy that wants to go. And if you've ever met anyone who's an Aries, or an Aries, you already know they're easily bored, they're quick
Mm-hmm.
tempered,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to get things done.
Yeah.
And so, with, let's see, right now we have Venus, Saturn, Neptune. Uh, Off the top of my head, those are the three that for sure are currently in Aries.
Mm-hmm.
So you combine that quick moving initiation energy with Venus, the planet of love, beauty, um, and then Saturn, which
Mm-hmm.
is the planet primarily of hard work, and then Neptune, which is which has the energy of uh, illusion and emotion. Well, it's asking us to move into, to me, this is my interpretation, move into love, do some hard work, but also things very quickly can be either disillusioned or you fall into the illusion even more. And I believe that it's the disillusion that's falling away very rapidly. And I say that because one of the things that I just watched was Inside the Manosphere, that
Mm-hmm.
documentary on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's talking about it right now. I thought about doing a reel or a post about it for IG, but I'm like, everybody's talking about it. I don't
Wait,
I
wait,
don't
wait, wait, wait. Pause real quick. I don't know what you're talking about because I'm disconnected from the internet, deleting my IG. So what is this documentary about, real quick?
So a documentarian. He's been around for years.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Louis Theroux.
Mm-hmm.
He's a British guy, and he basically went and talked to some of the biggest, well-known manosphere influencers, the guys who talk about things like what men
Manosphere?
should
Wait, hold on.
so guys who talk about what men should do, and how
Okay.
how they can be masculine and a real guy, and what to
Okay.
do to get women.
Okay.
um
Okay. Giving like passport bros low key. But
yeah, no, that's exactly like their passport
okay.
bros and pickup artists and red pill and black pill type people are all in this manosphere umbrella,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he went and he talked to, I want to say, like four of the biggest influencers
Okay.
in terms of followings on social media, how long they've been operating in this space. Um,
And it were these, so just for context, these influencers, was it diverse? Was it one particular type of influencer?
uh, he actually had to take who he could get, right? Because these
Mm-hmm.
guys, they also tend to peddle in conspiracy theories. Um,
Okay.
and all of them are like, oh, he's gonna do a hit piece on me, he's gonna do a hit piece on me. And so they have that mistrust of any kind of media.
Yeah.
But he's telling them, no, I'm a documentarian, which he is. He has a long body of work when it comes to making documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
And his style is one that I appreciated, having been to film school for a year. Um, his style was, he's just standing there and he's asking them questions. I'm like, he can't set you up. All he's doing is asking you questions. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no way for him to do a hit piece on you, right?
Right.
So he talks to them and he lets them, say what it is
Mm-hmm.
they believe. And what's crazy is that one of them, all of them to a degree, like expose themselves, but one of them, I think he's like Australian or New Zealander or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And which, if there's any indigenous people from New Zealand, I that might not be the term that y'all like. I don't really know. I'm not really familiar with the country. So I'm sorry if that offends you. My bad. I don't, you know. But one of the things that Louis asked this guy was, because he started out doing workout and like fitness content,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess that wasn't making him enough money. And so Louis just asked him, why not be a good person?
Mm-hmm.
And his answer is, well, it was kind of like he didn't believe it was his responsibility in terms of the content that he put out. He's like, it
Mm-hmm.
was essentially, I talk about what I talk about. I put out the content I put out, and people can either watch it or not.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't my problem. And Louis is telling him, you have children who watch your content.
Mm.
And all he could say is, well, that's not my problem. If kids are watching it, kids is watching it.
Mm-hmm. And so, real quick, how is this reflective of the astrology that's going on right now? Like, do you think this is a direct result of kind of what we're seeing with Aries really dominating a lot of the planets right now, or?
Yeah, because Aries is asking us to, yes, take some action.
Mm-hmm.
And you know things are, because it's the energy that's also going to just move things along, whether you want it to or not. Aries is going to move. It's just like, get out of my way. I got something to do. I got somewhere to go, people to see, whatever, whatever. But I am on my task. And so when you take the planet of illusion, Neptune,
Mm-hmm.
and you combined it with that fiery Aries energy that wants to get things done, things are going to get done. And also with Uranus, again, Uranus and Gemini,
Mm-hmm.
the communication bit is what really is the main one in terms with the energy from this, because he captured these guys
Mm-hmm.
saying things that on their platform they may or may not have said on their own.
Like what?
Like for example, the guy who's trying to absolve himself of any responsibility. What do you
Mm-hmm.
mean leave it up to the audience? You have a platform. You have a certain responsibility as well on what it is you're putting out into the world.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's how I view it. So that's why I don't just put out any kind of information out there or just randomly say things or hitch myself to the latest trending topic,
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, someone somewhere is going to see my content and they're going to ingest it. What
Mm-hmm.
exactly are they ingesting? If I'm being discerning about what it is I'm consuming, then on the other end, I also need to be discerning about what it is I'm putting out, because it's not just my words, it's also my energy.
Okay. Yeah, and I can understand how that can be more important moving forward because especially with like Uranus and in the Aquarian age, right? That authenticity, being honest, being intentional with your words. And it's either going to, if you're not intentional, it's going to come to light. But if you are intentional, people are going to start to value that more because we see so many fake stuff online, right? We see a lot of inauthenticity. So this is going to be even more important, like moving forward. So real quick, I want to pivot to kind of what's happening overseas right now with the attacks on Iran. Um, I know you had a couple of predictions for the next couple of months. Where do you see that going? We know that we have conflicts in Iran. Ukraine is still going on. Sudan is going. There's a lot of different conflicts going on around the world. And not saying that there wasn't any before, because we knew, there's nonstop wars like constantly on Earth, whether or not it's in the mainstream media or not. Um, but how do you see, in terms of the astrology, where do you see this going? Like, is the conflict going to end? Is it going to continue? Um, how what do you kind of see for that?
Um, the main thing I see happening, and it's a little difficult to point to the astrology behind it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of, oh goodness. Hmm. So that right there, that yawn, I'm not bored, I'm not tired, but my my intuition is starting to open up. So at some point, this
Mm.
might actually start turning into a channeling session, like the
Okay.
mediumship might be getting ready to kick in. So this might get really interesting. But
Okay.
one of the main things that has been coming up lately is
Mm-hmm.
world leaders.
Okay.
I think some of them are going to kick the bucket.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I don't have any predictions as to who it specifically,
Mm-hmm.
but some of the more egregious ones, eh,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's necessarily going to be like attempts on their lives or anything like that, but one of the things about being a leader of an entire nation,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whether it's president, prime minister, you know, what do they call it in Iran? In Iran, um, the supreme. I can't remember the exact title of their leader, but
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot on a person, right?
Mhm.
Because you're literally in charge of millions, or in some cases like countries like China and India, billions of people, the economy, education, healthcare, infrastructure. So yes, you have people around you, your cabinet and all of those things, but at the end of the day, you're the main person people are looking at to lead them through everything.
Mhm.
Natural disaster, you know, any kind of conflict, any kind of economic downturn. Like people are looking to you for the answers, mostly for the answers, but more so your leadership, your stewardship, you know, your inspiration.
Mhm.
Right? So it's so much that goes into it. And when you have situations like what we're seeing in a lot of these countries overseas, there's going to be major fallout, and trying to figure out how to get out. It's easy to start a conflict and to get into a fight, especially if you're a bully. But getting out of a fight, stopping
Mhm.
said fight, ending the nonsense that you initiated, not so much, because a lot of people are going to be like, well, what did we even do this for?
Mhm. So you're
Why did
saying
this?
that a lot of the conflicts that are coming up, you think a lot of people are going to be questioning it instead of being complacent with it? Is that what you're saying about the
Yeah.
conflicts? Okay,
And a
can you
lot
go on?
of world leaders might not. The I really see a lot of it either being in some situations, some of the insiders they're working with very well may turn on them. But I'm thinking, I get the sense that a few of them are, you know, it's just gonna be the stress and
Mm.
not being able to handle that stress.
Mhm.
And so it takes a toll. A lot of we know that what stress does to the body. And
Mhm.
so I see a lot of them possibly getting stressed out to the point, major stroke, major heart attack, or something of that nature. Like,
Mhm.
oh, they went and their country is hiding the fact that they have like stage 4 cancer and they're probably not going to make it into
Mhm.
2027, right?
Mhm.
That's a lot of the scenarios that I'm seeing. Just simply the energy of everything, and the stress of everything just catching up to people, and the body's like, I'm done. I can't
Mhm.
do this with you no more. I'm done. I'm shutting down for good. In
Mhm.
terms of the collective, Carl Jung called it the collective unconscious.
Mhm.
So that's what I'll call it as. And that term is what he gave to the energy that everyone has, and how we subconsciously tend to think in terms of of excuse me, of societies.
Mhm.
So collectively, a lot of people are truly being disillusioned with this Neptunian energy in Aries. It's interesting because it's happening rapidly, and the communication with Uranus is happening rapidly, right? And like you said, you brought up that it is we are in the beginnings of the Aquarian age, but another placement that I didn't talk about, but that is super important,
Mhm.
is the fact that we have Pluto in Aquarius. Now,
Right.
Aquarian is that humanitarian energy, but Uranus is that energy of rebellion and going against the status quo, right? And
Mhm.
we're starting to see that. One of the main things that's happening here in the US, and it's even affected me, a lot of people are like, forget these streaming services, man.
Mm.
What? And I know I just went to half price books and I got like 6 CDs.
I love it. Going back to old school.
Going back to my roots,
Own
girl.
shit.
And I
Mhm.
found stuff that I was listening to in high school. I was like, Sarah
Mhm.
McLachlan surfacing. Oh, this is mine again. Yes.
Mhm.
Bring it. Tupac.
Mhm.
Yes. Let's go.
Yes,
So
real music.
so that's one of the things that those are the kinds of things that we're seeing because the last time um Uranus, or I mean, the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, we had both the French and the American revolutions.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick. So the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, we had two revolutions: the French and American Revolution. French was first. I wonder if France is gonna pop stuff, pop it off again. I don't think so, but maybe. I mean, I don't think they have enough going on, but the revolution
Mm,
started. You think stuff is going on in France? Maybe again, what's going on in France that you think is gonna
there was
like?
an uptick of protests and stuff like that, like a year or two ago, because they weren't
Okay.
happy with how their government was operating, primarily
Hmm.
happening in Paris. So I don't know if it was just Parisians were disgruntled or if
Hmm.
it was like a whole countrywide thing, but
Hmm.
their government hasn't been too much better. They have a lot of issues with their own, from a I'm not going to get too political, but from a political standpoint, they have their own right wing, like trying to do the same thing that they've seen the American right wing done has done to the point where it's the France, Germany, the UK, like it's a few of them. The EU I'm looking, I'm like, is this going to last? Like it feels it's on shaky ground right now compared to 10
Right.
years ago. The
Hmm.
EU is on shaky ground. A lot of countries are kind of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't know if we don't know if we want to keep doing this with the rest of y'all.
Yeah, I mean it's a collective thing I've noticed as we like get deeper into the Aquarian age. Like it's really easy, I think, for a lot of people to say, "Oh, the conservative." I don't want to say movement, but yeah, the conservative movement is just in the States. But actually, I found that there's other countries that have been in the same or have had similar leaders, have similar mentalities to, yeah. So it's like, again, it's not just a one country thing, it's a collective thing. Like we're seeing this in France and Amsterdam. Um, and it's just, so it's just really interesting because again, it's kind of speaking to the Aquarian age and that kind of aspect of Aquarius where we're all kind of experiencing something as one, right? This is kind of like what happened during COVID. We all experienced that as one. And I think as we get deeper and deeper into this time and this age, we're going to start to experience more things collectively and more often too. It's never just going to happen in one person or one place. It's going to happen in multiple places at the same time. And so I think that's a little bit about what we're seeing right now too.
Yeah, that's why we're seeing all the conflict going on across the globe, which
Yeah.
this may be a little spicy,
Okay, we like the spice here. We like the spice here. Let's go.
but COVID was kind of a catalyst in terms
Mm.
of every part of the globe being affected and every part of the globe trying to figure out how we going to get through this together. And
Right.
so that is what we're being moved towards because we are in the we're in the like first maybe like decade or so of the Aquarian age, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why it's so much conflict, and I am going to mention this because I want people to have a better context behind all of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the way the world is, like the things that led to it being shaped, institutions, you know, across the board, you know, like all of it, been operating this way for literally thousands of years,
Mm.
right? And so the people who've benefited the most from the way the world has been shaped up till now, they're holding on for they're holding on for things to continue to be this way for for as long as they can. It's how, when it's kind of like a fish out of water. I don't want to, you know, if you know what a fish out of water is, flopping around and just like trying to breathe, but it can't because it's in the wrong environment, right? So
Mhm.
it's essentially in its death throes in terms of a lot of them probably can't explain why they're so hesitant to it. They just know they don't like the changes that are happening.
Mhm.
Certain groups getting more access to things. Certain everyone's saying, this kind the way things are really aren't that great for everyone, and that's the truth. That's that truth telling, um, and that's the humanitarian energy that Aquarius is giving everyone subconsciously, to the point where people are even changing how they're speaking. A lot
Mhm.
of people are like, oh, don't say certain things, not from the standpoint of censorship, like with these social media platforms trying to like censor people from talking about things,
Mhm.
saying certain words and phrases, but collectively a lot of people are shifting to being a little bit more conscious about what they're saying
Mhm.
in terms of who may be around them. Not even
Okay.
necessarily children, but people who may have been traumatized or things of that nature.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Hmm.
Which tracks
Um,
with the Uranus in Gemini.
yeah, and speaking of, so there's I mean, we all know like Trump is a Gemini, right? And people had already talked about how, us being in Uranus being in Gemini is actually activating his own Gemini sun. Um, how does that aspect of Uranus being in Gemini affect a individual?
So it really comes down to what his rising sign is. And I'm gonna let your viewers know right now. It's cool to know about your sun sign. There's nothing wrong. Your sun sign is important in your chart. Absolutely. It gives us our personality in terms of how we view ourselves and how we want others to also view us. It's the ego part of us. However, when it comes to your personal astrology and how all of these shifts and changes are playing out, you actually need to know what your rising sign is. And the reason is because that's going to set the first house of your birth chart. That is that and real quick, what the rising sign is, it is the position of the eastern horizon at the time of your birth based on time and location. So you need to know the time in which you were born, and you need to know your birthplace, city, country, in order to get that accurate information, because it changes position every 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you need to get it down to the minute if you can, because
Yeah.
it changes every 2 hours. Yes, the Gemini, Uranus being in Gemini plays a part. Um, and we see that his communication is getting a little bit more erratic. He's incidentally said the quiet parts out loud. I love the poorly educated. Like, yeah, whatever, man.
That's
Uh,
cringe.
I'm like,
That's
you
cringe.
all right, you being off the chain even more than normal. Deep breath, deep breath. I gotta like when I see clips of him, I'm like,
Yeah, you gotta get into like a you gotta take a deep breath. Yep.
I do because I'm just so I'm so passionate, right? And that's my own rising sign coming through.
Mm.
I'm Scorpio rising.
Mm-hmm.
That's some intense energy right there. And a lot of people can't handle Scorpio rising. They're like, oh, I like intensity. Are you sure? Have you met
You
a
said, "Are
Scorpio
you sure?"
rising?
That's
Hold
funny.
my beer when it comes to intensity. Hold my beer, and I don't even drink beer, but hold my water flask. Right? So I'm like, Dre, don't fly off the handle.
That's fair enough. Okay, well, Dre, you have an event coming up on Saturday in Washington State. I think if you go to the psychicnerd.com or their link that they have or
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite. Hmm.
And you know what? Go ahead and give me, is there like a messaging thing on here? If you can send it to me. Oh, somebody said we keep cutting in and out. Okay, that's good to know.
Oh no.
Um, if you could, I know, I mean, we'll see. But if you can send me the link or you can put it in the chat. I think you're able to put stuff in the chat if you want to put the event in the chat.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it in the chat. It sucks that we're kind of cutting in and out though. I don't
I mean, that was like 20 minutes ago. We'll see. We'll look back. I hope it's fine. But either way, yeah, if you can either send it to me or put in the link, put it in the comments. And we'll make
yeah.
sure to put that in the description also.
Yeah. So it's going to be Sunday, March 22nd. It starts at 5:30 p.m. Tickets are available on the Eventbrite, and it's me doing a group mediumship session. And this will be my first time doing it in public for a group of people on my own because I've kind of done it. I've done it a few times in the past, but it was a part of a panel of myself and other practitioners. This time it's just going to be me. Solo dolo.
Okay, that's exciting. I'm excited for you. So, what are some of the techniques that you're going to demonstrate on Saturday? Can you
Just
show
my
that for the?
mediumship. Yeah.
Okay. Do
I'm
you
not going to
want
have
to?
any kind of divination tools or anything like that. Not even my new little trinket charm pool, my charm pool that I did that resonated with people at the one event that I've done it at so far. But at this point, um, I I have to really separate. I have to separate my divination from my mediumship simply
Mm,
because, and you we were talking about this um, before the live, how the mediumship would just keep coming through, passed
yeah,
on
right.
loved ones and ancestors and pets coming through during tarot readings, oracle readings, all of those things. And so now I'm like, okay, okay, divine intelligence, I I get it. You know, I had actually another practitioner. He was like, you know, you're a medium, right? And I'm like, yes. And I had to
Hmm.
really think, and I was like, yes, yes, they're always coming through when I'm trying to do something else. Okay, let me work on this, which is why I'm doing this event in the first place.
Nice. Okay. So, if anybody in the chat wants to do a free reading real quick, just to kind of see what Trey can do, feel free to comment in the chat. Um, In the meantime, Dre, do you have anything coming to you right now, either for an audience member or it could be for me? But do you have anything that's kind of popping up for you?
Nothing is coming through right now, but I will say, it's crazy because leading up to this event of mine, I can feel um, that they they're lining up. I already know this is only going to be the first of probably many. They're lining up. Um, Something that I did get over the last few days. It really seems like a lot of pets are wanting to show up. Um, and I'm mm, kind of getting that energy wanting to come in now. And
Mm,
I can tell in the way I can tell it's pets is because like their energy is it's so different. It's just like it's like pure love and joy.
mm-hmm,
Essentially.
mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I just had this energy in my mind of this cute little dog just kind of jumping up and down for attention. Like, hi, oh, you're back.
Mm-hmm.
You're my owner. I love you. I love you. Are we gonna go for a walk? So I don't know if that resonates with someone in the chat, and you had a little white dog, or you know someone in your family did. Yeah, that little pet is with you.
I love this. Maybe somebody out there has a pet that moved on to the afterlife, and that pet. Can you give us some more characteristics about the pet? Like, what is it? Is there
I
anything else you're getting from it?
A collar that had kind of like a it wasn't a bell, it was tags. But I'm okay. All right, all right, all right. So I'm also getting another pet that's coming in. Um, but this particular little dog, I want to say that it was it was a I just heard toy poodle.
Mm.
Um, Really, really smart. Like this dog was super smart. Um, would figure out things in terms of where the treats were, knew exactly where, like, this dog knew exactly when it was time to eat. Didn't matter what the household had going on. When that dog knew it was time to eat, it would go to the exact place where the food was kept and would sit there and would wait. Unless unless people took too long, then it would kind of do like a little bark, like
Mm-hmm.
like feed me, hello humans, it's
Mm-hmm.
my dinner time. Um, Very playful too, very playful little dog to the point where they were like, we have to put it on medicine. It's like, no, just take her for one or two extra walks a day.
Mm. Okay.
I know that's very specific, but that is how my mediumship and my intuitive skills in general does give me that specific information. So I don't know if anyone in the chat, um, or if anyone, like, it's entirely possible that someone watching this later will resonate with that. And if you watch this after it's been posted on YouTube and it's just there and this resonates with you, please put it in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know. I would like to know.
Yes, please let us know. This could be for somebody in the future who watches this episode, maybe a month from now, maybe a week from now,
It could be a
but
year from now.
or even a year, right? But that's what the beautiful thing about mediumship is, that you just kind of give the reading whoever it resonates with. Again, please feel free to comment below and let us know if that was your pet that just came through. So with that, we're excited to possibly see you on Saturday at the event. The
Sunday.
Eventbrite link. Oh, Sunday. I'm sorry. So Sunday is the event. The Eventbrite link is below. Links in the description. Is it live? Is it in person? Is
It's
it
in
both?
person.
Okay,
Live,
cool.
live, live. Yeah, it is. It is in person, and that's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Simply because I'm not really good at the content creation thing.
Okay.
And trying to get all the things that I need to get in terms of like the software and the different platforms. Like I'm mechanic, I'm mechanically inclined. I'm not tech inclined or computer inclined.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
mechanically inclined. So a lot of hands-on type stuff, that's my lane, that's my vibe. If I could have somebody run my social media for me,
Mm-hmm.
I just sit and record something, or they pull out my phone, or I give them my phone and they record me, and or they record me on their phone and they upload it to my social accounts, which really it's only Instagram. Oh yeah, yeah, I'd be so happy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much, Jay, for coming on to the show today. And of course, as always, I love y'all so much. Please stay safe, stay grounded, and remember that happiness can sometimes be the biggest way that we can actually rebel against everything that's going on right now. So, with that, yeah, Dre, do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, did you want me to give some tidbits on how people can like navigate this, get through this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it's simple but complex at the same time. Um, Real quick background about me: I did serve in the United States military. I was in the U.S. Navy, and one of the things that we did was we drilled a lot in terms of you know what's called situational readiness, and in the Navy we call that battle stations. um and it wasn't because we expected anything to happen day to day, but because if it did, everyone on board needed to know what it was they needed to do. Everyone had what an assigned battle station with an assigned role. And so if you don't show up to your battle station, things can go awry very quickly. So we all had a responsibility, um, in order to keep the ship afloat, essentially. And so the way that I view everything and navigating what's going on right now is there are three things that you can do which tied into what I just talked about with my Navy experience. The main thing, number one, is control what you can control. You can't control the entire ship, but you can control what it is you did at your battle station. That was
Mhm.
by fulfilling your assignment, right? So, your assignment was important, but it was also under your control. Okay, you have control of that. And the way that translates is how, you know, how are you navigating in terms of what is in your immediate purview? We all have individual control over, our thoughts, how we process things, our emotions. It can be difficult, emotional regulation, all those things, but also where we spend our money, what we give our attention to.
Mhm.
So figure out where is my money going? Do I really want it to go there? I know where I don't want my money going anymore, and it's all these streaming services, which is why I just bought a whole bunch of, you know, CDs from half price books earlier today. I've got like
Mhm.
6 CDs, and you know, last week I got a CD cassette radio, player again, and I'm like, I'm sticking with the physical media. But anyway, so that's a way in which you can have control over things,
Mhm.
because a lot of people are navigating and feel like they don't have control over anything, but we do. So control what it is you can control. Two, get yourself into community. I
Mhm.
know it
Mhm.
is, especially since COVID, I know it is tempting to um kind of continue to isolate and to just kind of keep everyone away. Also, a lot of people are stuck on, getting information and entertainment from social media. But in all honesty, the world is kind of passing us by.
Yeah.
Um, and history shows us that the best way to navigate these tumultuous times is together. And the way in which you can, you know, build community around yourself, or have a crew, if you will, because no one can keep the ship afloat by themselves. But with everyone coming together, hey, yeah, we can patch this hole, we can stop the flooding, we can put out the fires,
Mhm.
right? And so if you don't have, family that's close nearby you, or if you don't have a lot of friends, you know, eh, pick up a new hobby, rediscover an old hobby, volunteer, you know, um, and do those kinds of things. I know, um, there's a saying that I heard a few days ago, and it was that many hands make little work.
Mm.
Right?
Mhm. That's so true
So
though. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, and also, the last thing, and this is the last one, get involved. That's
Mhm.
number three. Show up when it matters. And you know, that was like that's like the thing with everyone getting to their battle station. Okay, I'm here. I know what my role is. I know what it is I can control. I'm here with the crew. What needs to get done? What's the situation right now? Okay, well,
Mhm.
this is what I got to do. This is how
Mhm.
I this is my role. Yep. And it fit, and it just it you get put right into it, um because a lot of people are hesitant to participate because they simply don't know how.
Mm. Mhm.
It's real simple, y'all. Yeah, you can volunteer, you can again volunteer, start a nonprofit. Do you have like items or something laying around your house that you could possibly, trade with something else, or donate to an animal shelter, or donate to a domestic violence shelter? Can you, you know, help your neighbor with their groceries, right?
Mhm.
Do you have goods or service that you do that you can, trade with someone? I it would listen, if somebody was like, I will do X amount of, social media artwork or flyers that you can post, I'll give you like 2 weeks worth, or however long however often I post, and I can get from you like 2 free sessions in exchange. Okay, because that's how I'm operating now. It's like, if I'm not gonna get money, then in exchange of services or goods or something, right? And I think people are going to start realizing, yeah, I may not have, I don't have money for that, but can we work out something else to where we both still get what it is we need? Yeah. So again, one, figure out, control what you can control. Two, get yourself into community. And three, get involved, because then that will give you a sense of purpose and a sense of belonging, which has been lost. That right there, to me, that's been eroded for decades from the collective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially here in the US, that whole rugged individualism, pull yourself out up by your bootstraps, not nonsense, or as they say over in the UK, poppycock.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks to again the Aquarian age, right? Community, exchanging goods, it's trading services. This is very Aquarian. It's very community driven, right?
Yep.
Um, and so yeah, tapping into that energy, I think is gonna be smart for everybody to do. So thank you so much, Dre, for coming on to Transformation Expansion. We hope to see you again. And as always, y'all, I love y'all so much. And I will see y'all next week. Peace. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.